Hey guys, today I want to talk you about Starcraft. This classic real-time strategy game has been around for over 20 years and is still going strong. Whether you are new to the game or a seasoned veteran, there is always something to learn and discover in Starcraft. It's a real-time strategy game developed by Blizzard Entertainment. It was first released in 1999 for PC and has since become a classic in the RTS genre. The game is set in a distant future in which three races are at war with each other. Players can choose to play as any of the three races and must gather resources, build and upgrade their units and structures, and battle against their opponents in order to achieve victory. Starcraft has a long and storied history with a dedicated and passionate community of players all over the world. The game has been praised for its balance, depth and replayability and has been played professionally in tournaments with large cash prizes. For example, in South Korea, Starcraft has achieved a level of cultural significance with professional players becoming celebrities and the game being broadcast on TV. In Starcraft, micromanagement and managing your units effectively is key to success. Each unit has its own strengths and weaknesses, and positioning them correctly and using them in the right situations can make a huge difference in battle. Paying attention to the specific weapon and armor types of your units as well as their abilities is crucial to taking on your opponents. Of course, having a solid overall strategy is also crucial in StarCraft. There are many approaches you can take, from fast aggressive builds to more defensive text-based approaches. It's up to you to decide which path to take based on your playstyle and the situation at hand. The game is balanced in a way that allows for a variety of different strategies to be effective depending on the situation and the player's style. StarCraft is also a very competitive game with professional players and tournaments all over the world. If you are interested in stepping up your game and seeing how you stack up against other players, there are plenty of opportunities to do so. The gameplay balance is maintained through a combination of factors including the diversity of three distinct races, Terran, Protoss and Zerg, the rock-paper-scissors balance system, resource management, dynamic maps and the high-skill sailing. These elements work together to create a well-balanced game that allows for a wide range of strategies and tactics and ensures that no one race or unit is overpowered. As a result, StarCraft is a game that is enjoyable for players of all skill levels and provides a challenging and rewarding experience. One of the key features of StarCraft is that it's a three-race game with each race having its own unique units, abilities and playstyle. There is the Terran, the human race with a focus on adaptability and high-tech units, the Protoss, a technologically advanced alien race with powerful but costly units, and the Zerg, a race of alien creatures that rely on overwhelming numbers and quick expansion. Each race having distinct strengths and weaknesses, overall the three races are generally balanced in terms of their power level, with slight shifts in the meta, most popular effective strategies, occurring over time as players discover new techniques and tactics. Terran. The Terran are a human race that emphasizes adaptability and high-tech units. They have access to a wide range of unit types including marines, basic infantry, medics, support units that can heal other units, and mechanized units like tanks and Vikings, aircraft that can transform into ground units. Terran players also have access to a variety of powerful structures and abilities such as bunkers, defensive structures that can house units, missile turrets, long-range defensive structures and nuclear missiles, powerful long-range weapons with a high damage output. Protoss. The Protoss are a technologically advanced alien race with a focus on powerful but costly units. They have access to a range of unique units such as Zealots, basic infantry with a strong charge attack, Dark Templars, stealth units with a high damage output, and Archons, powerful energy beings formed from merging two high Templar units. Protoss players also have access to a variety of powerful structures and abilities including pylon structures that provide power to the other structures and units, shields which can be used to protect units and structures from damage, and warp gates which allow for rapid deployment of units. Zerg. The Zerg are a race of alien creatures that rely on overwhelming numbers and quick expansion. They have access to a range of units that are designed to be produced and deployed quickly, such as Zerglings, basic infantry with a high movement speed, Hydralisks, mid-range units with a ranged attack, and Ultralisks, powerful heavily armored units with a high damage output. Zerg players also have access to a variety of unique structures and abilities, including Creep, a substance that provides a speed boost to Zerg units and structures, Burrow, which allows certain units to burrow underground and become invisible, and the ability to mutate units into more powerful forms. In Starcraft, each unit has specific weapon and armor mechanics that determine its strengths and weakness. For example, some units have high damage but low hit points, while others have strong defenses but low damage output. The balance of these attributes determines the effectiveness of each unit in different situations. The game also uses a rock paper scissors balance system in which certain units are strong against others while being weak against others. For instance, Marines, basic Terran infantry, are strong against Zerglings, basic Zerg infantry, but weak against Hydralisks, mid-range Zerg units. This balance system helps to ensure that no one unit is overpowered and there are countermeasures available for every unit. Some units are considered hard counters to other units, meaning that they are particularly effective at defeating those units. For example, Marines are a hard counter to Zerglings, while Zerglings are a hard counter to Workers. There are also soft counters, which are units that are not as effective at defeating certain other units but still hold their own in a fight. Resource management. In Starcraft, players must manage their resources, minerals, and wisping gas carefully in order to build and upgrade their units and structures. This resource management element helps to balance the game, as players must carefully consider what units and upgrades they want to invest in and when to spend their resources. Dynamic maps. Starcraft maps are procedurally generated, meaning that they are different every time you play. This helps to keep the game fresh and ensures that players must adapt to new challenges and strategies every time they play. Starcraft is a game that relies heavily on skill, with chance playing a relatively small role. While there is some element of luck involved in certain aspects of the game, such as the randomness of the map layout, overall the outcome of a match is determined largely by the player's skills and strategy. So the game requires a lot of skill to master with a high skill ceiling. This means that there is always room for improvement and that players of all skill levels can enjoy the game. Heads vs hands. Starcraft requires a good balance of both mental and physical skills. Players need to be able to think strategically and make quick, accurate decisions, as well as have fast reflexes and good hand-eye coordination to execute their plans effectively. The learning curve in Starcraft can be steep for new players, as there is a lot of information and mechanics to take in. However, the game does a good job of introducing players to the basics and gradually introducing more advanced concepts as they progress. There are also many tutorials and resources available for players who want to improve their skills. The mechanics in the tutorial chapters start with limited, and the episodes are designed in such a way that we can easily defeat them with the resources we have. The discovery of the map was created to support this. In each new chapter, the game introduces you to a new mechanic to be added on top of the mechanics in the previous chapter. This prevents the game player being overwhelmed with game mechanics. As for challenges and rewards progression, StarCraft has a good balance of challenge and reward. The missions in the game are challenging but fair, and completing them provides a sense of accomplishment. There is also a good progression of difficulty as players progress through the campaign, with new units and abilities being introduced at a steady pace. Overall, StarCraft offers a good balance of challenges and rewards that keeps players engaged and motivated to continue playing. It's a beloved and enduring classic in the world of gaming, with a rich history and culture that continues to thrive to this day, and highly recommended to play if you are in with strategy games. It's one of the genre-defining games and a classic. Well, that's all for this vlog on StarCraft. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.